I'm going to be starting on the Shalako. Now, I got this kit from Leadfoot Jimmy. Good guy. And I've been wanting this kit for a long time. I happen to keep looking at the show rod gallery list, and yeah, this is just one of those. It's not a show rod. It's actually a fiberglass kit for the Myers Manx. You know, Volkswagen, blah blah blah. But it's a Dick Dean's version of it. I always thought it was just pretty cool looking, so I'm gonna build this one. I'm gonna keep it pretty much box stock. Might do minor additions. I'm definitely gonna change the tires because I feel it needs to be a little more off-road tread, not so much hot rod style. But yeah, so that's the plan. And over here we have the parts box. You can tell it's an original issue because of the old instruction sheet. But then again, I don't think this one was ever reissued. It might have a second issue, but I'm pretty sure this was the original. So anyway, yeah, we'll be building a Volkswagen motor. I don't believe it has been started. Most of it is in the bag. A lot of white and glare at the same time, but and the wheels, I probably won't be using these on there. They seem a bit wide. They make great pro street tires, I can tell you that much. So nice deep Kragers, and there's 4 of them, which is a hell of a deal. Yeah, decals look to be alright, but they're a little yellow around the edges, so I'm thinking those probably won't work out so well. We got a one-piece chrome bottom pan. Yeah, that's just chrome. So I'm not really too sure, but this is supposed to be fiberglass. So I might either paint this fiberglass yellowish color, or might just go with the flat black inside. Not really too sure yet. Yeah, there's a few more parts and pieces in there, and look at that tail panel, huh? What an ass. Anyway, so this will be my next project that you'll see on the channel. Actually, in fact, you'll probably see more of it before this video is over. So, yeah. Let's see if we got some showing red. Yeah, maybe. Decent bumper, steering wheel. Tiny roll cage. I think I'll probably add to that. Not sure if it's a 2-seater. Yeah, it should be yeah, it's 2-seater. Headlights, foot pedals, gas cap. Oh my. Yeah, the plastic now. I'd hate to do it, but there we go. The plastic's off. It looks pretty cool. It's just kind of more of a hot rod styling at the moment. I'm thinking it needs just a slight lift, or with the size of the tires already, I think I can get away with some reasonably smaller 4x4 size tires. A little bit more aggressive tread to it. You know what I mean. But yeah, I will do it in white. I'll probably mask off and paint the blue with the red trim because it's not super hard. It's just a straight decal. I don't normally play with decals too much because they tend to mess up on me a lot. Painting, yeah, probably a little better odds. So yeah, that's probably the route I will go. So until next time, stay tuned and we shall see you then. Alright, so I've made some progress on the old Shalako here, and in the process of this, as I had mentioned, I was going to swap out the wheels. These four over here are from the Shalako kit, as is that rim right there. The other two rims are your normal 124, 125 scale Kragers. As you can see, there's a little variety of brand, version, style, whatever. But with these, they got nice tread on them. They got super deep rims. They got a hole in the center, which is good for either having a mounting peg or drilling it out for a bigger axle, however you want to do it. And they also come with these little caps to put on, with a little hole started in there, which would glue to the peg that goes through there, so your rims would spin nice and neat. These are your normal slicks, literally no tread, just your normal everyday AMT style slicks. As you can see, height, width, everything looks about the same. Let's not be fooled. There's actually that much of a difference. Literally, just that much of a difference as far as circumference goes. But also with your modern pro touring 30-inch freaking wagon wheel wannabe bullshit, you get a much bigger rim, which leads to a somewhat smaller profile, which is kind of what a lot of you guys want on the back of your cars with your rubber bands, as compared to this, which would be like a 15-16-inch rim. Not super big, you know, a lot of sidewall, because that's where you get your torquing grip, you know, so that it bites into the asphalt, as compared to no sidewall. You get no suspension, you don't get much flex out of it, and you sit and spin, and yeah, sit and spin. Why don't you do that? So anyway, as I had mentioned, I was going to swap these ones out, but while I was at it, I just thought I'd let you guys know that AMT 120 scale kits that have the old Kragers in them usually have these on the back, like your popcorn wagon. Yeah, there's a few others out there, but they come with these actual tires, usually similar rims. So anyway, let me pull them off to the side here real quick. And another thing of note is these are the inner rims. You know, they're nice and deep already, and they're big enough for round. You can actually almost put your normal sized rim in there, and as you can see, you know, if you had a slightly bigger rim, you could glue this to it, make a much deeper rim out of it. I tend to do that a lot with the semi trucks. I get a bunch of these off of semi trucks. They give you your big 20-some inch rim, and if you find a big enough rim to put in there that it looks good on, these are slightly smaller than that. And I mean slightly. It almost fits in there. Almost. It's like everywhere in there except for that little bit. So anyway, much of your semis, trucks, and trailers, they have a bunch of these, and they come in handy for making bigger rims deeper. So just a little heads up I thought I'd throw in while I'm at it. Put these over here. Alright, I'm down to only a few parts left on my Shalako over here. I got the clear parts to go, a couple of bright work bits like the headlights, the tail grills, I guess you would call it, the little fins that go on the fenders, front and rear bumper, Not a whole lot left out of that. But here she is. Decided to go with a tan and red on the interior and a bunch of flat blacking. Up front, there's literally nothing but flat black, silver steering column rod, red shocks for a little bit of detail. Interior, I made myself a couple of seat belts with some white masking tape, nothing special. Padded the roll bar. It's gloss coated at the minute, so I'm going to redo these with flat black just to kind of blend them in a little better, even though that's the only one you'll see. It doesn't have much for the dash. It's got 3 gauges. I did the little dots in the steering wheel, which it's kind of hard to tell with the glare going on in there, but whatever. It's got a red knob on the steering shifter and then the e-brake, and not a whole lot going on in there. Did wrap these with some bare metal foil. It's a little rough, but at least it keeps the chrome in there because I sprayed everything flat black. Then out back here, the heartbeat of the thing, decided to go with the twin carb. She looks alright. Drilled out the exhaust. Didn't really do much of anything special to this. Didn't plug wire it or anything, and I did make the curvy post in chrome, the actual carburetor in silver, and the red air filter with the chrome face on it, just because. And this belt, for some reason, needs to be a little bit longer so that this can go a little more to the right. It's kind of missing its bracket. It's there, but it's missing it. I mean, if you look straight on, you can see it's aimed at the right spot, but it needs to tip just a little bit more. And I do plan to do chrome on both of these. It's just that I'm touching it still, so on the fan pulleys there, so ain't too worried about that. But yeah, for the most part, she's pretty good. The body has a panel that goes back here, making it more of like a flatbed wagon cubby type of area. But you're supposed to put the back window in it, which means you'd never get to this, and then the whole thing would normally tip up this way. So there's really no point in having anything back here that I know of. I have seen a few of these where they made them tip backwards, which leaving a shelf package tray probably wouldn't be a bad idea. But anyway, that's kind of confusing and something I was debating on, and let's see if we can show it here. You can see there is a body line right there. It crosses over and then goes straight up, and then there's another one right behind it. One of those is actually for the gap for the hinged roof part of it, and I was debating if I wanted to cut that open and make some hinges and do all of that, but there's nothing back here to support the back end of it, so my guess is it would just fall down, or I'd have to build some kind of a peg bracing or a platform for that shelf to land on. And I was like, you know what? Let's not mess with it. Let's just leave it to your imagination. But the wheels I swapped in, these are the Lindbergh 120 GMC. I thought they were kind of cool. Added some red in there, retouched up the chrome on the trim of the spokes. Got to get in there with the silver and do the lug nuts yet, but for the most part, it's pretty good. I thought about doing the white lettering on the tire, but this low of a profile tire really doesn't need them. There we go. I can focus. So yeah, I just kind of figured that wouldn't really work out so well, or certainly wouldn't be needed. Let's see if I can grab this here. Still in the process of painting this part. But there she is. That's the little Shalako. Once I get the windows in there, so I'll have more slant on the windshield part. So yeah, just coming along. Should be there when I get that far. But as you can see, she's pretty tight back here. Doesn't leave a whole lot of room. But anyway, that's your update, and we shall see you again next time.